Ramen. You sound Persian. Sultanzadeh. That sounds very Persian. Okay. I intend to build a high-ticket virtual weight loss coaching business. Cool. I have familiarity with the industry. I worry that the educational aspect of that isn't deep enough for Lisa to be interested in joining a community. Cool. Am I mistaken? All right. Let's zoom out. Let's look at the biggest online weight loss. And I'm assuming you're the face of this. It's not like you're trying to start like Weight Watchers. So I'm just going to go on that assumption. If that is true, look at the big fitness influencers that exist. The vast majority of them don't teach anything. Think about it. They don't teach anything. So fundamentally, they're much closer to entertainment. And what they do is they sprinkle in it depends, honestly, if you're doing weight loss, right? Then it's going to be about the things that make it easier for someone to lose weight. So think about the value equation. Think about things that make things faster. Think about things that make things easier in terms of things that they don't have to start doing that they hate doing, or helps them prevent or helps them stop doing things they currently hate doing. So you stop the bad, or you start the good, or you keep the good as the two things. You're like, hey, don't give up margaritas. Do this instead, right? That would be keeping the good thing. Or you don't have to go to the gym as much. Do this instead, right? The idea is thinking through the value equation. And then again, always guys, proof is what's going to be important. Now, your unique selling mechanism from there, now that inside of like a webinar or VSL to say like your proprietary process, or your special 6-phase, whatever, fine, include that in there. But the biggest thing, and I'll just tell you this from having sold many high-ticket weight loss things in my life. The thing that people want is accountability. They want to like you, and they want to know that you actually care about them. That's it. And when you get on the phone with somebody, like the system part should be the smallest part of the pitch. It should be majorly focused on the pain of why it's important for them. And then you should then spend most of your time basically reassuring them that the likelihood that they fail with you there the whole time and that they follow your instructions is very low. And so if you position it like that, then it's just really how much is it worth for you to get into your high school jeans again. And if it's worth that, then this is the best vehicle I've got. Because one system might not be perfect for you at all, which is probably why you failed in the past. And so the big part, especially with weight loss, because almost everybody's tried to lose weight and has tried to do it multiple times, is you have to explain to them why they failed in the past. I can give you the 3-part pitch. YOLO, let's do it. So you have fitness, nutrition, and accountability, right? If you have all three, you succeed, right? If you just have fitness, then your calories aren't in check, your appetite goes up, and then you stay the same weight, right? And if you're not accountable, you don't do it anyways. If you just have nutrition, you lose muscle and fat, and then you gain back more because it takes more fat to offset the muscle you lost. So you get fatter and fatter over time. This is what common yo-yo dieting is, all right? Now, if you have nutrition and accountability, you've got something like Weight Watchers. You've got something like Jenny Craig, right? They give you a little support group, they give you food, but that's about it. And it's the same issue as before. They just make sure that you lose the weight before you yo-yo back again, right? And so the thing is that you need all three. You need the fitness so that you keep the muscle so that when you get there, you can maintain the weight. You need the nutrition side so that you can have the deficit to lose the weight, even though your hunger is going to go up because you're exercising. And the accountability is there to make sure you do them, because I give you the best plan in the world of fitness nutrition, but if you don't do it, nothing's going to happen. And ideally, you want someone who's been there, helped 100 other people just like you get to where you're trying to go. Because what's going to happen, let me just tell you, is that 4 weeks from now, you're going to start to plateau, just like you have in the past. But because I've broken like 1,000 people through a plateau, just change a couple things and we'll keep you going. But in the past, you get there and then you stop and then you repeat the cycle. And so I want to break you out of that cycle so we get you there for good. Cool? That's the idea. All right. Notice, I didn't talk at all about my super secret process. I didn't talk at all about any science because they don't care. All I related to is experiences they've had. You tried this thing, didn't work. Here's why. Try this other thing. Here's why that didn't work. Oh, you haven't tried that? Well, let me tell you, I'm happy you didn't try it because this is what would happen. So when you have all three, this is what happens at the end. Cool? And then proof. Great. All right, Ramen, hopefully that helped.
Listen, if you're watching this video and feeling a bit overwhelmed with all the stressors that running an online business sometimes entails, then you may want to check out today's sponsor, the Life Supercharged School Community, where the #1 focus is to help you level up your life by learning how to take intentional steps forward in your personal and professional careers. Inside of Life Supercharged, you'll find others who are on the same path with you, growing and scaling their online businesses and bettering their lives one day at a time. The best part is, right now, this school community is 100% free to join. So click the second link in the description and check out Life Supercharged today. And now, back to the video.
How's your week going, Alex? Thank you, Jake. It's very good. Took your advice last week just to focus on traffic, so I have something optimized, got a 2K client. Awesome. What I'm struggling with is deciding how much coursework value to put in the free community versus paid community. I'm willing to give away all the info templates. Okay, cool. Goals to make money. So I think what you need to figure out is what you're selling. All right. So think about it this way. It's like you can give away all the information that you want, and I prefer to sell implementation, personalization, specialization as the ongoing thing. This is how I would sell something that's more expensive. All right. This is not something how I sell that's $50 a month. So if I want a back-end community thing, then I might have it at $9.99 or $4.97 or something like that per month. That includes some element of support, some done with you stuff, and the coursework, if you will, that's in there is really about how to follow my process and homework more than it is the education of like the concepts. That makes sense? So like I'll just give you guys an idea here. I have 0 modules for my portfolio company. There's none. We just work with the business and we do the work and we help grow the company, right? It's not like, hey, go watch, like, cause all my shit's public. I'm like, go just watch that video. Here you go. If you're curious about it, I made a whole video on it, but that's not the delivery. Now, I mean, pointing that to them is valuable, but that's not what somebody is in, like why I buy a company, right? Or why they want me to buy them. And so just make sure you try and separate that for yourselves. Now, if you're in a low ticket thing, honestly, it's just arbitrary. I'm just being straight. As much as I want to just give you some like really magical thing, like the simplest way to think about it is beginner advanced. So it's still information. It's just going to be, think about it this way. Free helps you qualify leads to sell your paid thing to. So if someone needs to do like 3 things in order to be qualified to get your more advanced stuff, then that's what the free stuff educates them to do, is get to this point. And then at that point, you're ready to ascend. But fundamentally, it's in the information world, like you basically just draw a line in the sand and say all this stuff you pay for, all this stuff is free. But if you want to be 201 intelligent about it, make the 101 stuff that makes them ready for 201. Think about it like the education system. You do arithmetic, and then you do, is multiplication part of arithmetic? Addition, subtraction, division? I think it's part of arithmetic. Then you do algebra. There you go. Algebra is more advanced. So you do arithmetic first, and then you do algebra. And so make your arithmetic stuff free and make your algebra stuff paid. And ideally, the benefits from algebra should be greater than the benefits of arithmetic. I don't know if I would argue that because I think arithmetic's pretty useful, but go from there. Taha. Told my uncle about Skool Community, Fitness for Muslims. He's the CEO of a big med tech company. He recommends putting together a business plan and pitching investors to get funding and completely grow my business. It's a different game. It's a different scale of game. I mean, the thing is what do you need the funding for? I mean, if you're gonna start a school community, the benefit of school community is it costs you nothing. Like that's the real benefit, right? And so the only real cost in this business is advertising. That's it. That's the cost of this business. And so it's not like you're developing proprietary tech. It's not like you're not buying inventory. And you don't really need a lot of people to get started. So I think that if you were going to, this is not me slighting your uncle, if you were to go raise funding, right, it would have to be for something. And it might be for a different business. Not to say that doesn't work, Skool raised funding, right? But that's because we had to build this massive technology platform that could support millions and millions of users before you get your first customer. Here, you don't have to do that. So that's my 2 cents. Carlos. How would your offer and lead generation strategies change if there's a big gap between buyer, user, and decision maker? For example, user is your avatar, but then it has to go through a buying process where it has to be approved, and then procurement has to do a bidding process. So you're talking about like an enterprise sale. So usually you just have to get multiple stakeholders involved. And so you're going to have a point of entry, and you basically have to just win over champions. The sales cycle is usually significantly longer. So you just have to expect the fact that this might take 6 to 12 months. It also depends on the budget cycle of whatever type of, if you're getting into public schools, I know that, they've got like a buying cycle once a year. And so they decide on other vendors, and then they lock in for the rest of the year. And so you're going to have to go with whatever the buying cycle of the enterprise is. But the advantage of this is that they don't cancel, and they're good for their payments. So there's pros and cons. Those businesses tend to be also very, very valuable because they sell to customers who are also valuable. And that's, by the way, a big hack of life is if you want to make your business more valuable, sell to customers who are more valuable. Okay. All right. I did a pricing masterclass. That was my in-depth thing. Okay. Listen, if we get 1 out of 2 paid communities to make money, most people don't have organic audiences. So we had to figure it out or no one would stay on Skool, but we have. And that's why we have tens of thousands of groups on Skool right now. And as much as I'd like to think people love me, people stay because they make money. And we'll show you exactly how they did it. And also, just to make sure you don't get stuck on any step, I answer questions every single week. And so now's the best time to get started. So if that sounds at all interesting, the best part is you can start a community of your own absolutely free. Worst case, start for free, you decide to quit, and then you can take all the training that other people charge thousands of dollars for with you for free. Best case, you take a zero risk move and build an online business that could change your life forever. And to be clear, I'm not asking you to decide yes or no today. I'm asking you to make an informed decision. That's it. And the only way you can do that is on the inside, not on the outside. So get inside and see if everything that we say is true and valuable to you. And if you get in and decide it's not for you, no sweat. But you can't truly make an informed decision right now for the same reason you don't buy a house without looking inside of it first, or test drive a car before buying it. So this is a guaranteed risk-free test drive. And the only reason you can make an offer that strong is because you're confident that what you have is the real deal. And I'm fairly confident that when you sign up by hitting the button below, you're getting exactly what you need to start your online business. So you might as well give it a shot. The only other guarantee is that if you don't take this shot, you'll stay right where you are right now. But if you take action, you could be the next one coming out to Vegas celebrating how quickly you built an online business with consistent monthly recurring revenue and driving away in a Cybertruck or with 100 grand in cash in your pocket. Pretty neat. So click the button below, join us in the Skool games. I take calls every Monday, hop on and be sure to let me know you're new. I'll see you on the other side.